my, what we have been through to make this video was worse than writing 14 books. We have spent several hours. We went to the beautiful river and got ourselves placed, and the roar of the river was so loud that you couldn't hear my voice.
And we've heard that
This is after we finished the video. We realized that they couldn't hear me and the motorcycles that kept coming by because it's Labor Day Sunday and it's a gorgeous day, and we wanted to show you our mountain. So we moved from there and we went down to my pasture. We got it all set up, which took 30 minutes. And then the gnats began to swarm around John. The breeze keeps them a little bit away.
I mean, so many. All you're going to see is my black face.
In thousands.
It looked like a big black cow. You remember Pigpen from the Peanuts? That was me. I was Pigpen from the Peanuts.
So
and then a tree. The breeze came, and a tree.
Oh, that's right.
The
tree fell over the camera, and my hair was blowing up, and so that was another episode. And then I said, John, if we had some eucalyptus oil, that would repel the gnats. So John gets the eucalyptus oil, puts some in my hand, and I don't know how I did it, but I got it in my eye. And it was on fire. We had to rush up to the house and wash my eye. I did it like that. Somehow got it in my eye.
Well, they're gone.
It worked. Let me see. Have I got my purse in there?
Wait, your thing.
I've got drops if my purse is in there. It's burning.
Oh, great, Martha. And then we threw boiling oil into your face.
For a long time.
Going across
the pasture,
bouncing in the car,
It was terrible. So we've washed it with tons of water and saline solution, and I think I can still see it. But then we got back in the car to go and try again in the pasture with the river in the background, and it just could not be done because
the gnats were like, "Oh, look, he smells like eucalyptus. Let's get him."
So we're going to try once again, and we should have called for prayer or something before we fasted or something.
We didn't do any of that. We just said, let's just get a new video.
Let's just go and start. So we will now in John's house and try to give the video of the announcement of the finish of Altogether Forgiven.
We started out, we said that this is a Labor Day weekend, and we are celebrating the labor that has just gone on, and that has just been completing of the book. And we wanted to thank you for the labor that you have put towards this book, and for the prayer that you put towards this book, because we were upheld with prayer.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And this was definitely a body of Christ effort.
Absolutely.
He didn't give me this insight and revelation for me. It's for you and whoever else the Lord leads to the book. But it is finished in terms of writing, and the next phase has begun, which is it goes to Jennifer for editing and back to Martha for editing, and then John will read it. And John has, this is terribly exciting, John has had something from the Lord that I asked him to put in the book. So
now I got to tell you this story.
Oh, okay.
So we're sitting there in the hotel, and we're finishing the book. I'm sitting there praying, and she's finishing the book. We actually had to extend the whole time because we just needed more time. So we extended the time a little bit. So we're sitting there, and she looks over and she says, "I want you to write a chapter in the book." And I said, "What?" So I just I thought, oh.
So John has not finished the book, even though I have. No, he had this wonderful idea that the Lord gave him, and I've been doing it, and it's outstanding. It's going to take the book to a practical step that is an adventure.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it will be the last chapter of the book. And
It's the epilogue or whatever
it's
that's
the
called.
epilogue, yeah. And it's fantastic. So we can't do without it. But he's had too much to do to finish his part of the book.
Absolutely. I got mostly written, but mostly it's written, but
it's fantastic.
I just really have to go through the rest of it, but I have to finish the messages from the conference. So that's taking precedent over this. But regardless, people that have read the chapters that you've shared with them, they've all, without any exception, every single one of them has said that their concept of forgiveness has been changed. That literally they see forgiveness differently, and that's what I believe that she's done in this book. She is just the Spirit of God has revealed through her some amazing truths, not just revelation, amazing. I can't even think of the word.
You've been calling it practical.
Yeah. It is.
It's workable, and
it's workable, and it's not. Forgiveness has become almost passé. It's been like, oh yeah, I forgive you, and then it's just something that you do to wave someone off, and you dismiss it. But what you've done is you've changed the whole dynamic for me of forgiveness. You've given me what forgiveness is, how to forgive, how to receive forgiveness, and it's not what I ever thought. It's just not what I've ever thought.
And I think one of the big things to me is that we don't understand the power of forgiveness. And I have discovered the power of forgiveness to change the world, to change people, to resolve mountains of difficulty.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is the great secret of influence and power. So
you've taken forgiveness, and you've not just done, this is how you forgive, this is what forgiveness is, and this is how you access forgiveness. You've taken it to the process of forgiving and the process of forgiveness, and I can't explain it. I just can't explain what the chapters have done. You've exploded forgiveness for me. That's all I can say is you've exploded it for me.
Wonderful. Well, it's an adventure. It's not a tedious labor and a tiresome, boring thing. It's a great adventure because to forgive, you have to be in deep relationship with God. I don't think I even said that in the book, but that's what it's all about, is relationship with God. To find out how much you're forgiven for. To live free of guilt is so easy. It's incredibly easy because it's been done, it's been given. And so it's an exciting subject. It's your adventure in life, how your life and death crisis is forgiveness.
It was every nuance of forgiveness, and so much beyond what I thought forgiveness was, and tying it into different aspects of. I don't want to give it all away. I'm blown away. I'm really blown away. But it's done, and it's been written, and
it will soon be available, John. When do you think?
I'm hoping that. I would love for it to be October, but I'm thinking, early November, definitely. It has a lot to do with the fact that Christmas time and holiday printing, that may push it back. We have to get in the queue to have it printed from the printer, and then it has to be shipped down. It takes a week to ship, and then we've got all the process of formatting and editing and re-editing. So you can pray about that. That'd be great. That'd be really great.
But we are excited.
You're cute.
I don't know what else to say.
It was.
Ooh. You do that well.
I wish that we had the energy and the zeal that we had, and the words that we had in the other videos that we've done.
First of 10.
Yeah. But now we're exhausted because we've We've been attacked by the plagues of such as the gnats, the trees, the essential
motorcycles,
oil, the motorcycles, and
I was going to say, thank God we didn't have a wreck, or get run over, or get the wolves come after us.
or fall into the river.
Yeah, that was a possibility. That definitely was. So, despite all of that, we are rejoicing.
And we thank you, and we rejoice with you, because a lot of you have been praying for this to be fruitful, and it has been. And so thank you so much.
God bless you,
God bless you.
everyone.